Are fantasy and sci-fi themed TV shows and films relevant anymore? That is the focus here on this episode of The Story Dude Show. Welcome, story lovers, to The Story Dude Show with your host, Jared Dean Winchester, bringing you another episode for the month of June, to close off the month of June 2023. So let's get right into it, shall we? When it comes to sci-fi related TVs, shows, movies, and of course fantasy, anything to do in the subgenre of fantasy or fantasy itself, I believe there's still a market for it. And, and the reason I say that is there's something about escaping into the imaginary world of the film or TV show that's being set up, the world that's being set up by that show, be it sci-fi or fantasy, whether it's dystopian or a fantastical world that pulls us and relaxes us after we've dealt with all that reality. But they're not flourishing as much. As a matter of fact, I've been noticing that there are critics, and this is one of the main reasons that I do not like critics. I do not pay attention to critics because what they do is one of the most common excuses or justifications that they use, or the most common form of criticism that they use, is they go for the realism aspect of it. They say it's not realistic. They say it's not believable. Well, I could get the believability aspect of it, but it still doesn't negate the proposition that it's a whole fantastical world that's been created, and it's a whole dystopian world, whatever dystopian world that's been created with all that technology and supernatural elements that make that TV show or movie a unique one, a unique proposition. And there have been a lot of people who put a lot of weight, a lot of trust in the critics. And that is bad. It is so bad that critics know this. Now, when I try to critique something like this, I look into the world. I try to focus on what the world is promising. And of course, how the characters tend to live in that world, how they try to, not just contend with the world, but also how they try to solve problems within that world. Now, whether or not the same elements are present in this world, but I would say as long as it's made intriguing, made believable, and the elements, including the props and the names, are interesting, that's what I go for. So, at the end of the day, I don't rely on the realism aspect because we've been through this. We've dealt with the whole day, an entire day, filled with reality. And you cannot tell me that you're wanting more of it. So, my suggestion here is, for what it's worth, enjoy the sci-fi movie or TV show, or the fantasy movie or TV show. Enjoy the proposition, and then, if you are intrigued enough, fine, go for it. If not, that's fine too. But do not, under any circumstances, rely on critics to tell you and complain about the realism aspect of it, because, again, I reiterate, like I've done so many times, that films and TV shows are make-believe. They're not meant to be real. They're not meant to be realistic. They're not meant to be associated with reality. All they're meant to do is answer one question, the what-if scenario. With that in mind, I hope you would give sci-fi and fantasy-related TV shows and movies a chance. So with that being said, my name is Jared Dean Winchester, also known as the Story Dude. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because I post anywhere between 2 to 3 episodes per month of the Story Dude show. So be sure to check all of my episodes out. And as always, thanks for watching, and until I see you again, don't forget to turn that page.